is. For anybody who, excuse me, decides they want to tap in, good morning. Just want to jump on real quick to do a throwback overnight price action. Haven't done this in a while. Haven't done this in a while. Um, hold on. There you go. Haven't done this in a while. It's been a minute since we did an overnight price action. What's up, Will? Good morning to you. Man. Let's get to it. I ain't got much time here today. Gotta take the boys to school. What's up, Kareem? Been a minute. I did a live stream the other day. Oh, let's do this right here. We ain't did this in a minute. Good morning, everybody. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet, talk about the price action. And I'd like to welcome you to the overnight price action for 10/16/2023. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember we used to do that? Man, it's been a minute since we did overnight price action. I did a live stream on the 14th. And then but I didn't save it. Good morning, here to learn to share. The birds are chirping. I didn't save it publicly. I I just was in the mood to share at that time, and then I say, you know what? Hey, that's it. I'm done sharing at that time. But I just want to jump on and do this right here. Right now, we are, for me, prices in a peculiar place with how everything is trading. It's very, very peculiar. If we look at what these weird lines, what is this? Now, hold on, let me figure out what these lines are. I don't know what these lines are. I think I might have been. Oh, when we was talking, I was putting lines on there when we was talking while I was doing my what's the name. That's what it was. Okay. So we're in a very peculiar place right now. The monthly chart has broken bullish when we took out this high here on August. Left an imbalance, showing displacement here on this expansion. Institutional sponsorship to the upside. So for me, that puts the high, this high, that high, that puts it in the crosshairs for the monthly. Right now, come back into the imbalance. We've taken care of the imbalance in September. Pretty much respected it. Stay at this side of it. What's up, Mendez? Then now here in October, we've pushed down, come down into the wick of this order block, came down into the main. This is the main order block here. Right. This is the order block here. Came down to the wick of this. Then we also have this order block here where we're inside that order block and got the expansion off of it. This right here would be the propulsion block on the monthly. And so the monthly, again, has broken bullish, has came back, filled the only imbalance that's there. And now let's see what we're working on the weekly. So the monthly has come to a discount PD array. The monthly has come. What's that? You like it? What is it? What's going on? Fit good. Fit good. He made something or he bought some? You lied? Yeah. I'm sorry. No, you fine. I was just trying to see what was going on. The pants that I bought him the other day. You on camera? No, I'm not on camera. Good morning. My sweetie said good morning. How about my flight delayed? It's delayed. He caused me to miss my second flight, so now I'm trying to see what I'm gonna do. Traveling woes. Traveling woes. My sweetie got to go out of town and she just found out one of her flights delayed, causing her to miss her second flight. Okay. Uh what was I? Oh yeah. So the monthly has come back into um discount PD rate. Reprice the only imbalance. So now we got our reprice. We've offered the sell side delivery into this busy from June. Sell side delivery has been pushed into it. And so now we're watching to see how it plays out because we've done the imbalance, came to the discount PD array in the form of a order block, a breaker. We got a breaker, a order block, and a propulsion block there on the monthly that we've come to. Discount no other monthly imbalances below price. Now on the weekly, oh, let's go back to the monthly and mark that so we can see it on the weekly. We're going to mark the breaker because that'll incorporate everything. So let me get this on there. Right. So we're marking the breaker that incorporates um, the order block, the propulsion block, right, and the breaker. So that's the downside PD array that we've come to on the monthly. Whichever PD array you use, we've included a few of them, right? We've included a few of them. And as you can see, we poked in just a little bit on the breaker. I chose the breaker and we went below it just a little bit. Got a little mohawk from the breaker on the weekly. So now on the weekly, right? On the weekly came up, right? The weekly came up, had a bullish breaking market structure right there. Right, had the bullish breaking market structure there, went up, came up into we talked about all this, got the liquidity void, got a liquidity void that we filled there on the weekly, right here, that liquidity void, filled that on the weekly, and came back down, still haven't taken out any highs, right? We haven't taken out any highs. This bullish breaking market structure put that high in the crosshairs. Do we have to get there? No, we don't. We don't have to get there, but that's the high that was in the crosshairs. We have not taken that high. So then we started coming back down, and we've come down to weekly discount order block, right? Took care of all the imbalances on the weekly here, but on the weekly we still have a piece of a fair value gap that we did not fill, and we have volume imbalance there also. I'll just highlight it all together, right? So we got a volume imbalance and a fair value gap down there, fair value gap that we did not fill. Now, as far for the bullishness, it's good to when we don't feel the fair value gap and we rip off like that. That's a good thing. That shows exceeding bullishness right there. Now that we've done that, what we don't want to see on the weekly, if the bullishness is to continue, we don't want to see this order block get disrespected. Why? Because this is the order block that was created after running away from this fair value gap, right? So we don't want to see that order block get disrespected if this bullishness is to continue. The monthly has done its job of repricing, offering the sell side to this imbalance and reaching the discount PD array. Now it take things a long time to play out on the monthly, so we can dilly dally for a long time before we figure out if we're gonna, respect this PD array, respect that PD array. These monthly counters, that could take a long time to play out. Same thing on the weekly. It can take a long, these are weeks. Look how long this took to play out. This is all the way back in May when we, matter of fact, May, when we left this area. We left this area in May, and now here it is in October. We just getting back to it, so it could take a long time for this stuff to play out. Now, on the weekly, we're in between the tail of two cities. Talked about that before. We got this liquidity void over here that we had offered buy side and sell side delivery. We offered buy side delivery here, sell side delivery there, right? And we closed inside of it. We closed inside of it this week. Well, it was a little outside of it that week, but we closed inside of it this week, inside of it last week, and now here we are starting here, and it's another liquidity void. Make this great because we already repriced it. All right, it's another liquidity void that we. Come on, thing. Which one was out? Yeah, this one here. This was the one here, right? Another liquidity void up here. All right. We offer, God dog it. We offered the buy side, sell side, right? Traded down, hit it, then came back down. So we're in between these two liquidity voids there on the weekly. That's why I say we're in a strange place for price, because right now we're seeming to respect this, right? We've come down to the discount PD array. We've taken care of the imbalances in between in this price leg, all of the imbalances in this price leg, and we're seeming to be respecting this liquidity void here as of now. And so, and you know, after coming off of this order block, oh man, it's 8:28. I gotta get out of here. Boys, y'all ready? Yes, sir. Y'all hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to see if my sweetie was gonna take the boys to school. She said yeah, so I got a little more time to run my mouth. Yeah, we're in between two opposing PD arrays, right? Now, what I like to do when we're in a place like this right here is just trade without a bias. I just trade daily without a bias. If it give me something, it give me something. If it don't, it don't. Right. So the weekly right now is not giving me a clear this what I want to do. Like I say, like the monthly, you know, is giving me this what I want to do. You know, broke bullish, one imbalance, discount PD array, reprice to the imbalance, pretty much respected on the close of the month. Next month, come down, you know, open, come down, now pushing back up. That's what I expect. That's classic price action for me. Break, because just think about it on the lower time frame. Break bullish, pull back to the imbalance, respect the imbalance, staying inside of it. Next candle open, go down. Like if you expect bullish, you want it to open, go down, and start moving back up. Right now, that's what it's doing. On the weekly, we're in between a tale of two cities. Right, we got this PD array up here that's doing its job of keeping price down. Right, why is it keeping price down at this time? Because the monthly at that time need to come down here. Okay, that lines up. It was in sync with each other. Now we've come down, did everything the monthly needs to do down here. Now we're starting to move back up. So now this PD array is expected to support price and keep price up. right? So we got this one that did its job pushing down. We got this one that's trying to do its job pushing up, but we have this one here. This is the actual size of it here. This fair value gap there. That's the actual size of the fair value gap there. That fair value gap's job is to shout out Father Legend. He put me on to the fact that TradingView added the middle line. TradingView out here listening to ICT concepts, they added the middle line so you can get the consequent encroachment of your PD array without having to guess. They done added a middle line to the rectangles. Come on, man. Come on. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. I don't care how much you hate ICT. You gotta love it. The stuff works, and people updating their platform to account for his teachings. You can't tell me they didn't put that there because of his teachings. How many other people talk about the middle of a rectangle besides him? So we're pushing through. This week we pushed up and went halfway through this SIBI. Right, went halfway through that SIBI, and then came back down. But like I said, we closed inside this liquidity void, still respecting the void. So now what I'm looking for on the weekly, right? This consequent encroachment of last week's wick. Y'all already know how I do when I got a long wick. For those who don't understand how I use it or how I make it make sense in my head, right? A long wick on the top, right? I look at it as like a SIBI, right? A long wick on the bottom, I look at it like a BISI, right? Explain, Tim. I will. So long wick on the top, I'm looking at it as a SIBI. What's the SIBI's job? The SIBI's job is to keep price down, right? It is to keep price down. Yes, I will. Yeah, hold on. I got a lot to do. Hey, for anybody who got a problem because I keep going to do stuff for my family, y'all know what the exit is. Okay, I'm back. So the algo is gonna want to reprice, offer buy side delivery to a SIBI, right? That SIBI is going to be fighting to keep price down. It has a consequent encroachment, which is halfway through. You know, if price struggles to get to the consequent encroachment, right, that SIBI is looking stronger and stronger. The more price pushes through that SIBI, the weaker that SIBI becomes. That's why I said before, like on the weekly, when I was like, we came down and didn't fill in this right here. It's like a good thing when it don't fill it all the way, because this BISI was doing its job. It was keeping price up. It was supporting price, keeping it up. We couldn't even get all the way down to the bottom of it, right? It was fighting. It was fighting hard, but it did its job. It kept price up, right? All with a volume imbalance up under it. Now with a SIBI, it's like it's going to fight price down. So with the long wicks on the top, I look at them as a SIBI, right? I look at them as a SIBI. Price is going to fight up through that long wick. So I'll be watching consequent encroachment. I want to see how price reacts when it gets to consequent encroachment, right? That's another spot I want to see. Does price hit that and then reject off and give me a break in market structure to the downside? Does this get disrespected and push above, right? Now you can pick your poison on how you want to what time frame you want to respect that, right? This is a weekly wick, so you may say, hey, if I don't get a weekly closure above this, right, then it's doing its job. Or you can say, if I get a daily closure above it is weak, and I think we're going to take out that high. Go do your back testing and see what works for you, right? But I always look at um the time frame that is on, right? That's the base for me. Like if this is a weekly wick and I want this wick to do its job, I want it to close below it on a weekly time frame. If it's if like a lower time frame, like a daily, and we start to close above it, right? Then I may start looking to attack this and then come back down and close during the week. You know what I'm saying? Like if we close above it on a daily, I may look to see, okay, boom, we attack this and see if it offers something to come back down and close, or if we gonna just keep ripping up, right? That's kind of how I play it out. But I look at it for the time frame that it's on, and then I use the lower time frames to determine which way I'm going to trade during the week. Like when I don't have a bias, that's when I don't have a bias, right? But the as far as the time frame itself, that's if I got a bias or not. I'm wanting to see where the candle closes in relations to any PD array. But I just look at the wicks. The top wicks, I look at them as sibbies. The bottom wick, I look at them as bissies, and seeing if this going to resist price or seeing if this is going to support price, right? Premium PD array, discount PD arrays. And the way I make it make sense in my head is look at it as a sibby because it has a consequent encroachment. Look at this as a busy because it has a consequent encroachment. That's how I make it make sense in my head. If I confused you, I'm sorry. That's just how my mind works. Um, and then another thing I want to say is whenever you hear me talk about levels that I'm watching, like prices 43.91, when you hear me say, oh, I'm watching 43.91, that's the weekly consequent encroachment of that wick. I want to see how price reacts when it get there. I'm not saying, oh, since I'm bearish, I'm just gonna go short when it hit 43.91. That's not how I trade. I don't go in on a PD array unless it's during that session. If during a session we just say we take out buy side and leave a M, and like this right here was the high of the imbalance, then I would go long as soon as we hit that, right? But if it's not during the session and it's just a level that I'm watching, I let it get to that level and then show me what it's going to do, right? For example, I'm watching how price reacts there. So I'm going to let it come up to that level, right? Let's just say we reject off it. We hit it, give it a little mohawk, and we reject off and come down like this, right? I'm going to be looking for some type of breaking structure in here, right? Let me just get a line. I will be looking for some type of bearish breaking market structure in there, right? I'm looking for a bearish breaking market structure inside this price leg over here, right? I'm looking for a bearish breaking market structure there with an imbalance over here on this price leg, like that, right? And they don't have to be in the exact same spot, but I'm just, drawing. And then I would be looking for an opportunity to go short off of there, like that. That's what I mean when I say I'm watching that price right there. So when price comes up there, I'm not just gonna go short there because it's not during the same session. This is a weekly thing right here. So since this is like a weekly thing, right, I would need this right here to play out at the minimum on the 4 hour. because that's 2 price levels down. You know what I'm saying? Time frames down, should I say. You got the weekly, daily, 4-hour. So when we came here, I would need at least on a 4-hour for this scenario to play out before I try to go short off of that 43.91. I'm not just gonna go short off that 43.91. Hey, it could just hit it and rip off. Yeah, that's cool. I'm happy for you if you get it. But the way I trade the concepts is I need for it to get to that price and then play out for my, you know what I'm saying, trading setup at least 2 time frames down. And then once the 4-hour gives me this breaking market structure with an imbalance, then I could use like a lower time frame, a 15-minute, a 5-minute, a 1-minute to be trying to get short in this area around here based off that 4-hour time frame. Get it? Got it? Good. Okay, back to the price action. Get out of here, boxes. Don't need y'all no more. Now that I done did all that explaining, I be trying to explain stuff because a lot of times people be asking me questions and I be trying to remember the questions that they ask me. I'm sorry I don't be putting it in like a concise video, but hey, I'm not a teacher. I'm not a mentor. I just like to run my mouth about something that I feel so passionate about it. I treat it like the gospel. I share it with the world for free. It's up to you to take it or leave it, to accept it or not, believe it or not. Okay, let's go to the daily. Did we do the daily? All right. No, we didn't do the daily. Now, daily. On the daily, the daily is kind of in line with the monthly right now. Reason why I say that, because we, like y'all know, we've come down to the monthly area where the monthly was pulling price down. The monthly was pulling price to here. Now the daily has had another bullish breaking market structure. The weekly has not had a bullish breaking market structure. The weekly, I didn't say that. The weekly came down to a discount PD array, but it hasn't had a new bullish breaking market structure. The new bullish breaking market structure for the weekly would be breaking through 45.97.50. That will be the new bullish breaking market structure for the weekly. Breaking through 45.97.50. Again, we're in between the tail of two cities on the week, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Right. Got to get all the way back up there for the weekly to break bullish again. We're in a bullish retracement, hit a discount PD array, but this is where it's fragile, where it can slip away if the momentum if the institutional sponsorship doesn't stay in the move. This is where it can slip away because we're down here in the discount and it can get away from you. Now, on the daily, we have bullish breaking market structure here where we went above September 29th's high at 43.71.25. All right, 43.71.25. That was a breaking market structure to the upside. We have come back to the only daily imbalance. We've offered sell side delivery there, and then we totally disrespected it the next time we hit it, right? So it's in line with the monthly, but it's showing weakness on the daily, right? The daily is showing weakness. Now, why is that weakness there? Okay, on the weekly, right here, the weekly came back down to this volume imbalance right there. All right, it came back down to that volume imbalance right there one more time. Right. Is that the reason why the daily was showing that weakness? Right, because it's a higher time frame PD array here, right? With volume imbalances, we can visit them several times. All right, we can visit them several times, but If you notice here, we came down both ways, came down again both ways. Each time we were in the middle of doing something for the monthly. See, this time we came down. This is when the monthly was drawing price down, right? The monthly still drawing price down. Now, boom, we hit the monthly destination. This time when we come down, could it be for the weekly situation? Because these two times when we was coming down on these weeklies, it was being drawn by the monthly discount PD rate. One was drawn down by the monthly imbalance. The next one was drawn down by the monthly discount PD rate. Now, could this week have been for the weekly discount PD rate? Because on this weekly, it hit a monthly and a weekly discount PD rate. So this week, could that be what have pulled the daily down and made it disrespect? Hey, don't transfer. Pulled it down. Right? That's here pulling it down, making the daily, right, disrespect its PD rate. Could it be? Could it be? Last week, price action right there. Open up, went down, went up, stopped there. Could that be what was forcing its hand? We don't know. We can only assume at this time, but it's looking weak because we disrespect that fair value gap after a bullish break in market structure, right? And that stuff you don't want to see. You don't want to see that happening, right? You don't want to see the disrespect of that. Now, this right here is a glimmer of hope for the bullishness of the daily. This is why I say when I can make an argument for both sides, I just trade without a bias. Now, this time here, we came and offered the sell side delivery to the imbalance. Then this day here, we came down into the order block. Right there, we got an order block. We got a breaker. Right, we came down into the order block and the bullish breaker, order block, bullish breaker, order block. Right there, we went up, came down, right, to an area where we anticipate price to do something. So once we break through that opening price right there, that's your bullish order block. Right, we got a low, a high, lower low, breakthrough. That's your bullish breaker right there. So came down into the discount PD rate. So was it coming down to the discount PD rate, or was it being pulled down by the weekly? Did it come to the discount PD rate because of the weekly that was below it? Right, because of the weekly that was below it. Because here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right now, so again, this is the weekly wick. This is the weekly wick that I'm watching. I want to see how price reacts to this. Will this keep price down? Will it force price down? That's what I'm watching on that wick. If this does not force price down on the daily, like I say, is broken bullish. It has come back and repriced the PD array. I mean, repriced the PD array, offered sell side delivery, right? Hit the discount PD array. Now, if we break away from it to the upside, we know that's a balanced price range and we anticipate it to support price. If it breaks away from this fair value gap to the downside, that's a balanced price range and we expect it to resist price. Right now, we're above the new week opening gap. Right, we gapped up, pushed up all night long, came back down during the London and traded. Let's see how far did we hit. Did we hit consequent? See if we hit consequent. So consequent is 43.54.25. The low on this calendar right here is 43.54.50. So we came right to consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap, and then we proceeded to push all the way back up. So we opened here, pushed straight up. Right, then we came all the way back down, went just that consequent encroachment, and then went all the way back up here. So this all the way back down and back up there that happened throughout London, because at like midnight we would like I'll show you in a minute, because I was in here looking at the candles. So we're above the new week opening gap, right? So as long as we're above the new week opening gap, we anticipated supporting price and keeping price up, right? Bullish new week opening gap, we're above it. We're anticipated to support price and keep price up. So that's in line with the daily bullishness. That's in line with the monthly bullishness. And that's in opposition to the weekly bearishness. Because in the short time, the weekly a bullish pullback is a bearish move. So it's in opposition to the weekly bearishness. Again, we are still in the middle of the road. Whenever I can make an argument for both sides, I just trade without a bias. Look at what prices. I do what I'm doing right now. I look at what price is doing on every time frame, and map out the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we left a little bit of this imbalance here. This is what I talked about before. I said I would love to see us take out that little bit. We were talking, I said if we go up to, I think it was an hourly. Yes, I said if we go up to this hourly, I would like to see it come up to this hourly and then come back down and take out this low and reprice this BISI, since we left such a little piece of it, right? And then that's the only imbalance for the 4 hour. That's the only imbalance for the 4 hour that's left, that little piece there. And then I said if we came and got that first and then started to head back up, I would anticipate this getting blown through if we went and got that first. Now, we did not go get that first. So now what I want to see, as you see, we've taken out that London high that I marked. And this is what I was talking about when we gapped up here at 6 p.m. We went all the way up there at 8. Then we came back down. Midnight, we was here, right? Excuse me, pushed down into the fair value gap that we had created, pushed up, made a high on a 2 a.m. candle, came all the way back down into the consequent encroachment of the new week opening gap. That new week opening gap, consequent encroachment, also lines up with this hourly order block right here. Have an hourly order block, rejected off of that order block. Just above mean threshold. Mean threshold of the order block is one tick higher than the one tick low. No. One tick. So 43.54.25. Yeah, so one tick lower than that low. Right there, one tick lower than that low. And I believe that was the same as, yes, it was. So mean threshold and consequent encroachment for the new week opening gap are the exact same spot. Right, came there, bounced off of it, and went up. So this is showing bullishness as of now. It's still showing bullishness as of now on the 1 hour. So the 1 hour is in line with the daily, right? The 1 hour is in line with the daily. We got a bullish breaking market structure on the 1 hour. We're coming back into this SIBI, right, that we started fighting with on Friday, right? Pushed up into about a quarter of it. Let's grade it to see how far we've gone. You don't know what grade in a range is. You just put on a Fibonacci tool and you put on a Fibonacci tool and break it down into quarters. Got a lot going on here. Okay, so we came up to lower quarter, rejected off, messed around with it. Now we've hit, we just hit consequent encroachment of it. Then we got a 3/4, and then we got the top of it. So what you want to see to see if the bullishness is going to keep up, you want to see how it reacts to this consequent encroachment. Do we get a strong rejection off of it? Right, because right now there's no imbalance just of yet on this rally up. Right, this rally up had an imbalance there. Didn't really, pop off for real, but it's good for, that afternoon going into Sunday evening. Came back into the order block, repriced the fair value gap, took off again, but we still don't have an imbalance here. Right, don't have an imbalance here. Now we got the new week opening gap resting below us there, so that very well can draw price back to it. Right, that very well can draw price back to it. Now, scenario one, it draws price back to it to offer sell side delivery to the remaining 50% of this, get back below midnight to offer a discount, coming back into this hourly order block, get back below midnight to offer a discount to be bought up, or it can reject off of here to come back down and reprice to the 4-hour imbalance that's resting below this low, taking out all of the sell side to be bought up, or it can just do its job at the 50%, reject price down. We run these lows, get an imbalance in here, do its job, reject these lows, get an imbalance up in here, right, at the new week opening gap, right, at the new week opening gap, get an imbalance up in there, right, at the new week opening gap to sell back off. All right, whenever I can make an argument for both sides, I just trade without a bias and trade what I see. Let price show me what it wants to do. And right now I can make an argument for both sides. So I'm trading without a bias. I know ICT is super bearish on indices right now. But when I look at the dollar, right, we have a bullish breaking market structure there. Right, we got a little piece of, we got a 1 hour that we haven't really repriced to. Right, we came and poked into it there, then sold off, didn't quite get back to it there, sold off. Still coming down, took out this sell side right here. Then we blasted off to the upside. Now we got a lot of room to come down for imbalances. Even if we don't go to the bottom imbalance, right? It's clear that we're at least going to take that low right there. It's clear that we're going. Why do I say it's clear? Because we've disrespected this BISI. We've disrespected this order block right here, and we're right. And we set. We got. It's like we're respecting these up close candles. All these up close candles are being respected, right? So it's clear that we're at least coming to here. If we come to there, where's the imbalance? In here we got a BISI right there. So if we come below there, we're going to tap that. Even if it's institutional order flow entry drill, if we just tap into it and don't get down to consequent encroachment, we're going to tap that. And that puts us in line with this breaker over here. These are 1 hour candles, right? That puts us in line with that breaker right there. Get up there. Right? So that puts us in line with that breaker right there. So I can see price easily coming down to at least there. And then if it really want to be efficient and come all the way down to this imbalance, because this is the order block right here that started it all. The institutional sponsorship started right there. This is the price, 105.729. That's the price where the algo has in its memory bank of this is where I want, this is where I got long from. All right, why is that? Because that's the order block that we got the displacement from. Pow! So price can come all the way back down to 105.729 on the dollar, because that's the price where the algo is like, this is where I got long from. And we got imbalances in there. So to be efficient, it can trade all the way down here to that price. And if dollar trades all the way down to there, right, where would that put the indices? Pushing up. Or the dollar can just consolidate in this area here. And then that can lend to the indices pushing up, pushing down, chopping, because there's a cracking correlation. Whenever it's a cracking correlation and the dollar just consolidates, it can go up, down, or chop. Again, when I can make an argument for both sides, I just trade without a bias. So yeah, levels that I'm looking at right now, we have hit the London high. So the London high has been taken. We decimated it. Right now, we don't have any imbalances on the hourly that I like for taking a long off of, because we didn't set any imbalances. Excuse me, we just kind of marched our way up. So I don't have anything on the hourly that I like taking a long off of. Nothing's clear to me on the hourly. On the 4 hour, right? Nothing's clear to me on the 4 hour. We have no imbalances in here to speak of, right? We got this potential order block right here. Why do I say potential order block? Right? Because we came down here to this area of anticipated, support. We're right here inside this BISI, and now we're reversing, right? We're reversing. We got this down close candle that we broke through the opening price. So that's why I say potential order block, right? Same thing with this one right here, potential order block. We broke through. We're above the opening price, but we don't have any imbalances in here. So that's why I say potential order block, because without the imbalance, it's just a down close candle. Yeah, in a buy program, when you're going up, the down close candle should support price. So these supporting price you know what I'm saying, doesn't just make me say, oh, that's an order block. No, it's just a down close counter that's supporting price. It may be an order block on a lower time frame, but for this time frame, I don't have anything. Nothing on the 4 hour for me. Nothing on the 1 hour for me. Right. Once I can start getting way down here in the 15-minute, is the probability is lessened for me. Could this be a spot to buy right there? Sure, it could. Sure, it could. But for me, for the way I trade, right, I need something on the 1 hour to go off of. Right. I need something on the 1 hour to go off of as far as giving me a nice warm and fuzzy. Right. On the 15-minute, right? For the 15-minute, that's a spot right there to be looking to get long off of. Right. How would I use this right here? Right. Since this is a 15-minute high that we broke. Yeah, we got an hourly high that we broke right here, but we don't have no hourly imbalance, that we don't have no displacement or nothing like that on the hourly. Right. But on the 15-minute, we got this here on the 15-minute taking out this high. So for the 15-minute, I'll go all the way down to the 1 minute. 1 minute. And I will look for some type of, some type of entry pattern on the 1 minute once we came back down into that area. And again, this is another thing where I'll be like, it's not if it ain't during the same session. Like this 15-minute imbalance right here, right? It may very well be something to buy off of. But since we're going into the New York session and this imbalance did not happen after the New York Open, right? I'm not trusting it because we can just slide through it. You know what I'm saying? Price can just slide through it on the New York. Why do I say that? Because for the New York Open, right, price is coming from all the way down here. Right? Price is coming from all the way down here. And we're do this right here. 345, 430, 415. Let me see which candle it's gonna do it from. I can't even remember if it's from the 415 or from the 4 o'clock. Let's go from the 4 o'clock right now and see. That's what price is right now. I can't even remember which candle it put a middle line on there. Since they got it. This blue. All right, now let's go to regular trading hours. Yeah. Which one did I do it from? Did I do it from the... I did it from the... Okay, I did it from the counter that opened at 4 o'clock. All right, so I did it at the counter that opened at 4 o'clock. So, do that there. So, for the New York session, right now, is that much of a gap for the New York trading session, not the overnight price action. So it's that much of a gap. So that's why I say we could just cut through that, because right now for regular trading hours, it's a big old gap up that we need to come back down and take care of. We can just cut right through that. That's why I say I don't be trusting it unless it's inside the same session. Right? All this price action, if it was inside the same session, then I'll trust it. But boom, we've just come to the high of this 15-minute SIBI right here. Right, we've pushed all the way through the high of this SIBI right here. So that SIBI is failing miserably. Right? And why is that SIBI failing? Right there, because we got it's inside this hourly SIBI. So if this hourly is pulling price up to try to reprice that, then this 15-minute is getting disrespected. This 15-minute breaker getting disrespected because this hourly SIBI is drawing price up. We got a weekly consequent encroachment up here that's drawing price up toward it. So all of this is getting pulled through. right? We got that weekly PD array sitting right there that's pulling price up to it. How successful will it be? How successful will it be? We will see. Tune in. 30 right now. Whatever the price is, that'll just be whatever the price is. Y'all ever seen when ICT be like, he told his son to put a line like on the close for the prior day, and then whatever price is at the 9:30 open, then you'll mark that as like the opening range gap low since we above it. And then if we be below the price, it'll be like opening gap range high. So that same thing I just did with this box. This is the low. And right now, whatever price is, that's the high right now, you know, and it'll keep moving until 9:30 roll around. Then whatever that price is at 9:30, that'll be the high of this opening range gap right there. Hey, man, that's all I got. Hopefully somebody got something out of it. I'm gonna leave this one up. Hopefully somebody got something out of it. The one where I did the chart prep and talked more. I don't know if I shared more there in the one that I didn't leave up, but I'm gonna leave this one up. Hopefully it'll help somebody. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Rhonda, Shanjay, the Black Al Davis, Michelle Tucker, SJ, Erica. Erica, I sent you a message on Discord. Candlesticks, he'll learn to share. Sammy, Mendez. I said he'll learn to share. Get off of that. Kareem, Will. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, hanging out with your boy. Trey. What's up, Trey? How them boys doing, man? Yeah, man, that's all I got. If ain't nobody got enough for me, we're gonna call it. I'm gonna take me a sip of this high quality H2O. See if anybody drop anything in the chat. And if not, we're gonna go ahead and call it. We got about a little over 15 minutes before the market open up. What's up, Deborah? You're welcome. All right. That's it, man. Remember, if you're going to trade, please trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take copious amounts of notes and go back and study what you saw price do today. Till the next time I feel inclined to jump on Al Gore's internet and share my mind. Y'all be easy, man. Gone. Yeah.